twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does
Good evening. My name is Amanda Murray, and I am the senior class president. I would like to welcome the class of 2016, family and friends, faculty, administration, and the members of the Board of Education. Tonight represents the culmination of years of work, the end of a journey, and the beginning of an adventure. About 13 years ago, I became a student in the Cleveland Heights University Heights City School District. From that day on, there was never a time that I felt like I did not belong. Throughout my journey, I was lucky enough to meet people who would eventually become the backbone of my entire educational career. These people, who are my mentors, my peers, my counselors, and of course, my great teachers, gave me the greatest gifts I could ever receive: memories. It has taken so much courage and work and many sleepless nights to get where I am at this moment. But what makes it all worth it is being able to look back at everything I have accomplished, failed at, or coasted my way through, and to look at all the people who were there every step of the way with me. When I look back, I smile because I would not change a thing. When I think of my kindergarten self, I never would have thought I would be the class president. I never would have thought I would be the homecoming queen, and I never would have thought I would be so confident in my future. It still amazes me that I have become the young lady who stands before you all tonight. This young lady, on the cusp of her official adulthood, follows the words of Brian Dyson. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. This quote sets the tone for not only my high school career, but all of us today. We have all met our breaking points, be it pushing ourselves until 3 in the morning to finish a paper for an A in the class, pushing ourselves to practice in order to put on a great performance for opening night, and pushing ourselves on the field and the court through all the laps and the drills to get a win on game day. All of us on this stage at some point in high school never stopped trying, and today we are celebrating the benefits. Not only did we not stop trying, but the active supporters in our lives did not stop either. I'd like to give a special thanks to all of my teachers who pushed me through all of the hard times. These teachers, who doubled as my therapists, counselors, and school moms, made my entire high school journey worthwhile. I would also like to give the biggest thanks to all of the parents and family members who made this all possible by believing in us and setting the example. I know I would not be half as successful without the guidance of my parents and the love that they provided me. This day is not only for us, but for you. You all get the satisfaction of seeing all of your hard work pay off. We truly do love you. I cannot think of a better way to spend the last 4 years of my life than at Cleveland Heights High School. I've gained so much from this entire experience that will follow me into college and throughout the rest of my life. I would like to congratulate everyone today on closing this chapter of their life in the most positive way, and wish them all good luck on the opening of their next chapter. I will miss my Heights family dearly, but the bonds we created could never be broken, no matter how far we go. So here's to the future, Cleveland Heights class of 2016. It's time to start making history.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2016, I would like to welcome all faculty, alumni, friends, family, and distinguished guests to the 116th commencement ceremony of Cleveland Heights High School. Now, to ensure that I speak loud and clear to the many teenagers and young adults in the audience, I will use hashtags and pop culture references throughout my speech. Well, fellow graduates, I don't know if you know me, but we went to high school together. It was fun, but more importantly, it's over. Think about how far we have come, not only individually, but as a class. Looking back at freshman year, it seems like it was just yesterday. Think of all the freedom we had over summer, and then we decided to play 1, 2, or 3 sports, and we lost all that freedom. Honestly, I believe that if we spent as much time doing homework or studying as we did practicing or playing games, we would all be going to Harvard. Think about how we have evolved through our clothing in high school. Remember freshman and sophomore year when we actually cared about how we looked? And then junior year came, and we went from taking an hour to getting ready to only 15 minutes. And then senior year happened. And if you try to tell me you didn't just put on some pants and a sweatshirt and just went to first period, you're lying. Unless you're a part of Blase or your name is Boucher. However, our time in high school changed us mentally as well. As we progressed through high school, we began to become more relaxed sophomore year, and junior year brought to some of us experience, while many others early signs of senioritis. Now here we are, done with high school. As my good friend Charles Dickens once put it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This class of 2016 has without a doubt been one of the most successful classes in recent Cleveland Heights graduating history. Our graduates have accumulated an astonishing amount in scholarship money. Our classmates have helped our sports teams dominate the LEL, along with winning countless sectional, district, and regional championships. Hashtag D1 Bound. Our various student organizations and clubs constantly outdid themselves and flourished in countless events, bringing home many awards. Our time at Cleveland Heights, however, was no walk in the park. I cannot even begin to imagine how many families were torn apart because of Infinite Campus. Think of all the times throughout our 4 years that we've had to rely on teachers losing their grade sheets or thinking maybe the school just didn't send in the progress report in the mail. My favorite was when you'd start the quarter off with 3 Fs, and then you'd have to explain to your mom that the teacher just hasn't put the grades in Infinite Campus yet. Things might not always go as we planned, although I'm sure we can all agree that this class is unique. When I think about the class of 2016, I strongly believe this is one of the most athletic classes, definitely the most attractive, and family-based classes in a long time. And even though the majority of us have been hit with senioritis, our valedictorian somehow fought through adversity and earned a 4.7 GPA. As I look at you guys, I see survivors. We have survived Ebola, global warming, ISIS, the Heights Confessions Twitter page, Wiley, and facial acne. After everything we've experienced, now is our time to take advantage of opportunities. It is time to take a hold of the world and pursue our passion, to become the legacy. Okay, this is really... William Shakespeare and Channing Tatum once said, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." While we can't always count on being born great or having greatness thrust upon us, always remember, the opportunity to achieve greatness is always within your grasp. Keep in mind, many of our social and political leaders or personal heroes started their lives as an average person, just as a you or a me. Despite the failures and mistakes we will make, and although we may be average, we find that the average can achieve greatness and change the world. And I know for a fact that each and every one of you has the potential to change the world. You have all grown into powerful, intellectual individuals who will put a massive footprint on this earth. So as we part ways with priceless knowledge, like knowing how to graph a cosine function or being able to dissect Shakespearean poems for their true meaning, we embark on a life sure to be filled with challenges and success. I ask that you all follow your dreams and do what makes you happy. Class of 2016, it has been hashtag an honor to be up here in front of you, and always remember to strive to be the best version of yourself. Famous college football coach Lou Holtz once said, "Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you respond to it. So always remember to overcome all challenges and live life because you are a tiger. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Houdini out.
All right, I'm going to try my best to follow that. Good evening. To our administration, teachers, friends, and family, for your enduring support and for helping us to reach this commendable point, the class of 2016 thanks you. And to the class of 2016, it's lit. We finally made it. I find that the past 4 years have been reminiscent of a movie. You begin watching the way in which the story will unfold, enjoying the ride, looking forward to the end. However, when you finally reach the finale, the moment everyone has been waiting for, there is a bitterness in the midst of the satisfaction. You can't help but to recall your favorite scenes and reflect on the events that played right before your eyes, and you can't help but to want to do it all over again. I feel the same way as I prepare to say goodbye to Cleveland Heights High School. We have spent 704 days in Cleveland Heights High School, so when administrators and teachers try to figure out why senior attendance gets so spotty towards the end, understand that we've paid our dues. Nevertheless, we have spent 704 days of our lives here, 704 days together, 704 scenes created in tandem, 704 scenes to remember. From us all entering the high school as freshmen, riding off the wave of middle school glory and realizing that this would be nothing like High School Musical. From enjoying the productions being put on by our very talented musical theater department every fall, to coming back from breaks to the most nicely waxed floors of all time, being taught by some of the most passionate and dedicated teachers, and to cheering for our football team as they took us to the playoffs year after year. And even uniting to make the transition to Wiley, Cleveland Heights High School has been good to us. If this were a movie, this would be the final scene, scene 705. Our eyes are glued to the screen, anxious to see how this will all end, and all of us wondering what's next. What will we watch after this? For this, I do not have an answer. I do, however, have some advice, as good as any advice as an 18-year-old with no life experience to speak of can give. When I was 3 years old, various trips to the zoo led to me discovering a love of birds. From the ubiquitous robin to the more exotic quetzal, I held great adoration for these aviators, particularly their ability to fly. My desire to soar as birds do led to me one day racing across a crowded parking lot, believing if I ran a little harder, a little faster, I would defy gravity, my small body would ascend into the sky, and I would fly just like my favorite animal. As I raced through that parking lot, there was not an obstacle I could not conquer. Life was purely a boundless, vast, uncharted territory that was waiting for me to take it on. I was a superhero, except I had no Achilles heel, no kryptonite. I was untouchable. I could fly if I wanted to. As you exit the theater after the closing credits and enter the what's next stage of your life, I encourage you to find yourselves to be invincible. There's a clip of a Kanye West interview in which he frustratingly states, "I already told you what I am. I'm God." This statement is arrogant, braggadocious, pompous, self-righteous, and all of these things that we are taught not to be. However, I urge you to have the same unwavering self-assurance and absolute confidence to achieve your every goal and aspiration. It might not be necessary for you to reach a Yeezus level of confidence, but I'm sure you get the gist. The world is not as simple as it once was, and the uncharted territory we once all knew has grown increasingly restricted and difficult to maneuver. All of us once had dreams and aspirations that existed in the same realm of impossibility as defying gravity and taking flight, and as time has worn on, we have let these dreams go. The world has told us what is and what isn't possible. It has confined our imaginations to a small sliver of predetermined feasibility. It is essential for us to disregard the critics and the so-called realists who will do their level best to discourage us. We must pursue our passions vigorously and unapologetically, understanding that our minds cannot be suppressed by feasibility in a world of infinite possibilities. We can fly if we want to. Do not allow the world to narrow your scope. You know your potential better than anyone else. I ask you all to maintain the idea of invincibility that characterizes childhood naivete. By this, you will constantly be making a movie worth seeing, leaving an indelible footprint, your name amongst the greatest directors of all time. Your What's Next will surely be a very worthy sequel. And so this is it, Cleveland Heights. As we end this movie and prepare to make more cinematic greatness on our own accord, do not forget these 704 scenes. Do not forget Cleveland Heights High School or the fond memories you have compiled here. This movie is the very first of many exceptional pictures to come. Thank you.
Good evening, Heights family. I'm very excited and a little nervous to be up here tonight. Like most of you out there, I've wanted this day to come for a very long time. And even more so, since the 3rd grade, I knew I wanted to speak on this day. Today feels different though, because my speech isn't written in sidewalk chalk or crayon, and I'm not delivering it to an audience of my stuffed animals. A lot of people told me that high school would be over in the blink of an eye. I know for a fact this is not true because of the numerous times I rapidly blinked tears out of my eyes while trying to finish a paper or study for a test the night before with the hopes that maybe I would open my eyes and it would all just be over. But honestly, as long as it felt at times, it really was a whirlwind. Among the many things I didn't expect going into my freshman year at Heights, spending my senior year at Wiley definitely wasn't one of them. Nonetheless, it felt very full circle when I was just as lost my first day of senior year as I was my first day as a freshman. But I think the thing that surprised me most throughout my time at Heights was this overwhelming feeling of pride that I began to develop. Think about it. There are so many schools in this area that have a name ending in Heights, and yet Cleveland Heights is the only school commonly known as just Heights. I think this is because Heights is so undeniably unique. The class of 2016 specifically is so unapologetically diverse in our talents, interests, and personal styles. And even more so, we support and encourage each other in these differences. The creativity and unlikeness, plus the insatiable ambition, gives this class the makings of greatness. Just a few weeks ago, Mr. Williams was giving one of his speeches in class, and he said, "Why would anyone want to be average? Why wouldn't you strive for greatness?" For the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of inducting several distinct alumni into the Heights Hall of Fame. Every single person inducted falls nothing short of extraordinary, and those are just the people inducted. Heights gets many nominations of people with equal qualifications. Although all of these people differ in their varying careers and ways of life, they all accredit much of their successes to their time and education at Heights. This is a perfect example of making a statement without having to say anything. Heights has an unquestionable legacy of greatness. I think that a lot of people outside the Heights community often try to disregard this and choose not to see us this way, but that's okay. Let them keep thinking that way, because I think every Heights student, teacher, coach, and administrator knows that this just gives us an edge. Heights students simply work harder. We prepare ourselves more, whether it be for a job interview, in academics, the arts, or in sports. And when we take a loss or failure, we spend more time trying to understand where we went wrong and how we can fix it for the next time. This class has a responsibility to continue this legacy of greatness, and there is no doubt in my mind that we can and will. I heard this quote one day, and it instantly reminded me of Heights and the class of 2016. To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best, night and day, to make you everybody else, means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. So I encourage all of the class of 2016 to go after your success, however you classify it, in your own unique way, and to never forget the influence and lessons learned these past 4 years. It's been a pleasure having you all as my classmates. Congratulations, 2016. We did it.
Hello, students, teachers, families, and friends. I would first like to welcome you to this joyous occasion. It was only 4 years ago we began this chapter of our lives, and now we've made it to the end. Although it may not be easy to see, every accomplishment of yours is added to the world accomplishments. Your individual success benefits society as a whole. When you succeed, you lighten the burden on your fellow men. When you succeed, you are in a position to give rather than take. As you can see, behind each graduate, there must have been at least a dozen people providing support in many different ways. The best way we graduates can show our gratitude is to make the most of the opportunity. Pay that debt of gratitude forward and make the world a better place for the following generation. Not too long ago, I was asked a question. It was a simple question, but one that I'll live by for the rest of my life. What do you want your legacy to be? We live in a world where we falter every day. Some may affect us in the long run and some will not. But the following generation will look to see how we live, what we do, and what makes us different from each other. Also, how successful we'll be. We are the role models to the younger generation. We give them the faith that they will make it just like we did. If our legacy isn't strong, what do you think theirs will be? So it's time for you to make your decision. What do you want your legacy to be? Congratulations, class of 2016. We did it. Good luck with your future endeavors. Tonight, we honor the seniors in the important passage. We assure all present that the juniors, the class of 2017, will carry forward the spirit that fills the community now, with no loss to continuity. This is the key of leadership. For the past year, we, the class of 2016, have carried it with a steady hand and held respect for the meaning. We try to light the way of academic excellence, human integrity, worldly interests, and passion for what we do. But now, we are ready to pass along the responsibility to class of 2017.
On behalf of the class of 2017, I accept this key and all it represents with the commitment to carry on the proud tradition of leadership, service, and academic excellence. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to present the top scholar, Cleveland Heights High School Alumni Foundation Scholarship. Originally, this award was established in memory of Sarah Meredith Wenzel, who was a teacher of Latin, French, and English at Monticello Junior High School, Roosevelt Junior High School, and Cleveland Heights High School from 1930 to 1963. This is the fourth year that this award is being funded by the Cleveland Heights High School Alumni Foundation. This award honors the top senior who has shown initiative, service, and a positive attitude about learning and responsibility for their own future. Lyndon White has achieved a grade point average of 4.74. She is the #1 student in her class. As a result of her high academic achievement, Lyndon is being awarded a check for $1,000 funded through the Cleveland Heights High School Alumni Foundation. She will attend Cornell University with a major in comparative literature. Lyndon, congratulations on leading your high school graduating class and being a very good scholastic person here for Cleveland Heights High School. Our seniors who have reported their awards have been offered $6,815,523 from colleges and universities. This amount includes one-year awards and four-year renewable rewards. Additionally, many of our students were offered athletic scholarships in varying amounts that have not been included in this total. Also, from the local community, seniors received scholarships in the amount of $78,710 due to the generosity of various families and organizations. You can go ahead and clap on that. Therefore, as of today, our students have received a total of $6,894,233 from various colleges, universities, and organizations. Please join me as you applaud our seniors.
Tonight, we look to the future by honoring these graduates, but we realize the future is built on the solid past of accomplishments. This high school has had many renowned graduates, including astronauts, governors, teachers, business leaders, doctors, scientists, actors, and many others. We want to recognize our past tonight with a group of individuals we call our legends. With the family members who are graduates of Cleveland Heights High School and who have graduated from Cleveland Heights, please stand and be recognized.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, colleagues in administration, distinguished members of faculty, class officers, families, friends, and most importantly, members of the class of 2016. Thank you. I know I can speak for everyone when I say that we are all immensely proud of you. Congratulations for reaching this milestone in your life, the first of many to come. Many special thanks to the parents for trusting the Cleveland Heights University Heights School District with the education of your student. Thanks goes to Principal Ross and your administration team for your solid commitment and leadership. And this great Cleveland Heights University Heights faculty for your hard work, mentoring, and sacrifices to get these young people to this day. I've had the pleasure of watching you from fall athletic events, musical concerts, the Reaching Heights Spelling Bee, and to the recent National Honor Society induction ceremony. And I know that this is a class full of talented and smart leaders ready for a new challenge. The class of 2016 is not just tough and resilient, it is also an accomplished and experienced, prepared for a dynamic future as engaged global citizens. You have embraced lessons from different cultures and welcomed students from around the world. I am proud of your curiosity and eagerness to learn about the world beyond the heights. Finally, tonight and over the next few weeks, I hope that each of you would take some time to say thank you to all the adults who have helped you here. Some of those have been in our schools, and I hope that your teachers, counselors, principals, security monitors, coaches, and secretaries who've all encouraged, pushed you, and yet even nagged you, they did so because they cared about you and they all believed in you. Before you move on to the next exciting stage of life, I encourage you to reach out to them and just say thanks. But the most important people in your success are sitting right behind you. Your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and family members. All the people who have supported you and who love you. Let them know that you did not get here alone. You are here because of them. So to the class of 2016, I wish you much success as you go on your way. I trust that you will make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. I am honored to be a part of this ceremony, to witness the beginning of your adult life. And remember, once a tiger, always a tiger. Thank you.
Members of the Board of Education, colleagues in administration, distinguished members of the faculty, class officers, families, friends, and as Dr. Dixon said, most importantly, members of the class of 2016. I am delighted to be part of this triumph celebration of accomplishments by this Cleveland Heights High School graduating class. As I stand before you, I feel the positive emotional energy filling this place as 373 graduates close one door and open another in life's journey. Graduates, if you are at all apprehensive about what lies ahead for you, rest assured knowing that you are ready. Your educational foundation is strong and that you will always be part of our Tiger Nation family. Your parents entrusted you to us, and for many of you, this began in kindergarten, continued through your elementary and middle school years, and finally ending at Cleveland Heights High School. We took this responsibility very seriously. Parents, as you reflect today at your sons' and daughters' successes, you may be thinking back to their first school bus ride and how choked up you became as you watched them board the bus to go to kindergarten. Through the years, when the time came, you have given them the support they needed to step out on their own, to learn and to challenge themselves. You worked with the school system to help mold your young adult into the future leaders I see before me here today. For that, you deserve a round of applause. Graduates, no matter how you arrived here at this momentous event today, it has taken discipline, persistence, and support. Family support, support coming from fellow students, support from the community, and support from schools. So tonight, as you close behind you the doors of high school, visualize yourself opening a new door leading to new adventures. I am optimistic that your generation will bring solutions to issues like environmental concerns, or perhaps find cures to diseases. You are armed with the strong public education that you have obtained here tonight. You are undoubtedly eager and ready to tackle the next phase wherever it might take you. As you leave Cleveland Heights High School and begin a new journey, my advice is to keep it simple and follow your heart. Don't spend too much time planning your future. that you ignore the present. In exchange, our world will change as a result of your efforts. Efforts that will be determined by how you choose to follow your dreams. I challenge you to take risks, set goals, and continue your hunger for knowledge. Find ways to give back to the community and family that have given you so much. Also, don't forget the friends you have made who challenge you along the way. True friendship is a blessing, and they too are part of the family. In closing, I would ask the graduates to join me in a round of applause for the family members, friends, faculty who have helped you reach this milestone today. Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Dixon, platform guests, parents, teachers, and friends, the members of the Cleveland Heights High School class of 2016 have met all requirements for graduation as prescribed by the State of Ohio Board of Education and the Cleveland Heights University Heights City School Board of Education, and are therefore duly authorized to receive their diplomas. Dr. Dixon, at this time, I'm going to ask you to come forward and ask you to accept the class of 2016.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. It is with much excitement and pleasure that I, on behalf of the Board of Education, proudly accept all 373 graduates of Cleveland Heights University Heights, class of 2006. Congratulations.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, commencement is a ceremony of dignity and sophistication. In keeping with the atmosphere of the occasion, members of the audience are requested to restrict their participation to polite but silent applause. Distractions such as name-calling, whistling, and yelling distract from the formal nature of the program. Kindly refrain from any behavior which may embarrass the graduate or, therefore, with the rights of others to hear and enjoy the entire program. Full cooperation by the audience is greatly appreciated, and our gratitude is extended in advance. At this time, as you see, our first 3 rows of graduates, they have already began to move, and we will start the procession at this time.
Justin John Addison. Daniel Lidanu Adanyaravi. Gennaro Anthony Aiken. Andre Reed Akins. Nana Embarka Ment Ali. William Robert Alves. Aliyah Amin. Diamond Chantel Anderson. Shayla Anderson. Tyler Marie Appleton. Javon Avery. Hobby Ba. Joseph Gregory Claire Baker. Graham Roper Ball. Jada Monet Ballum. James Abrel Baugh. Nautica Onasia Bell. Regina Llewellyn Bellion. Justin Dewan Benjamin. Erin Amelia Bernard. Jason Allen Berry. Michael Stone Beiersdorfer. Matthew Warren Billingsley. Rochelle Laurel Bohannon. Regine Oriel Bohannon. Lanell L. Booker. Drayshawn Terrell Borders. Sean Michael Brassfield. Orion Daniel Brock. Anna Marie Briggs. Shayna Brock. Amari Ezel Brooks. Madeline Nicole Brooks. Nia Chantel Brooks. Roxanne May Brooks. Alicia Janae Brown. DeMonte Marquez Brown. Daniel Brown. Marquise Patrick Brown. Natasia Marie Brown. Olivia Brown. Taylor Kelsey Bryant. Derek Owen Burnett Jr. Arnasia Tashay Bush. Brian Danae Kennedy. Ricky Leon Cannon Jr. Kevante Jir Canty. Imari Carrington. D'Angelo Edmondson Carter. Mary Ida Carter. Hannah Shafag. Yurie Danielle Childs. Tyrone Lynn Chisholm III. Zaria Lucille Chisholm. Jason Sebastian Clark. Magdalena Lucy Claspy. Tahir Kalfani Cobbs. Tierra Monet Cole. Corinne Tierra Colvin. Charles Albert Conwell. Sydney Megan Cook. Kaylin M. Cooper. Anna Van Linton Crowley. Doris Lacole Cunningham. DeAndre Carice Dabney Fields. Henry William Davis. Jasmine Denise Davis. Keon Davis Coleman. Philip Richard Dixon. Sophia Dragowski. Ezekiel Maurice Dye. Eris Antoine Eanes. Dylan Eddy. Coriana Shakara Edmonds. Robert Edwards. Anthony Elam. Lawrence Nosburn Ellington. Jamiroquai Giovanni Essex. Elishiva Naomi Fant. Tyler Ferguson. Easton Chase Figueroa. Craig Lanell Fitzgerald. Ishan Aaron Flowers. Dewan Ford. Zachary Roy Ford. Marlon Sherelle Foy. Diego Jesus Thretis. Mohammed Hossam Gamal Eldin. Erica Nicole Gandhi. Daisha Ruby Garner. Antoinish Brianna Gendral. Daria Jordan Germany. Patience Gibney. Dondre Krishan Gibson. Portia Lachey Gilbert. Joyce Glenn. Ariane Kalisha Goggins. Natasha Marie Goldsby. Sydney Nicole Galati. Noah Garvin Renee Gonzalez. Alexis Noel Graham.
Jalen Winter Grant. Kaissa Janae Graves. Henry Morgan Gray. Karshay Demetria Gray. Tyrell Anthony Greathouse. Eric David Allen Green. Jamari Devon Green. Rayshawn Marquis Griffin. Joshua Samuel Grooms. Francesca Alexandra Haddon. Alexis Hall. Alyssa Renee Hall. Corinne Nyla Hall. Jordan Michael Hall. Brianna Janae Harris. Kaylee Janae Harris. Aaron David Hempel. Austin Devon Henderson. Jonathan Allen Hicks. Sharon Josiah Hodges. Frances Lenora Holzel. Brianna Brown Hohenfeld. Tavian DeAndre Holland. Aaliyah Teray Holmes. DeJounte Latrell Holsey. Donnie Marie Hood. Kamal Lee Howard. Maya Rose Hubbard. Kyra Tennille Hudson. Raymond Hudson III. Cameron Huffman. Crystal Christine Hukeith. Kennedy Dior Huey. Kara Dawnette Lynn Humphrey. Bryson Zachariah Hunt. Kyrie Hunt. Kristen Elizabeth Hunter. Destiny Sherelle Jackson. Isaiah Gianti Jackson. Janae Erlina Jackson. Chantel Denise Jackson. Taya Monet Jackson. Jayla Delilah Jacobs. Riley Nicole Jezanowski. Flannery Patrice Jewell. Clarence Dwayne Johnson Jr. Deja Shatasia Johnson. Kayla Lachelle Johnson. Larajane Nikaya Johnson. Nathan Alexander Jolly. Darius Tyree Jones. Taylor Janae Jones. Amber Wileen Jordan. Hannalisa Carlson. Alexander David Kellen. Trokan Kania. Rayshawn Barron Knight II. Deshaun Michael Knotts. Paris Lanique Knowles. Jomar Jeffrey Lampkin. Nyla Chantel Lassiter. Paris Elena Lee. Tayshawn Cortez Lee. Paul Lee. Connor Larkin Lewis. Seema Limbu. Kaduri Charles Lockhart. Kai Lockhart. Isaiah Daniel Longmire. Alicio Vershawn Lucas. Monica Marie Malone. D'Angelo Julian Manley. Shantaray Michaela Manning. Naomi Marsh. Sinclair Marie Sharia Massey. Kyla Simone Mathis. Devonte Terrell McLean. Valina Marie Ann McDougall. Amber Marie McFarland. Isabel Kugler McGaw. Devonte Jordan McGregor. Jade Sade McGregor. Justin McGregor. Tiaja Lene McKenzie. DeMonte Stone Meeks. Tanzania Lene Melton. Deshaun Damon Merritt. Autumn Ray Miller. Brian Maurice Miller Jr. John Bill Miller III. Isaiah Miles Milligan. Xavier Nathaniel Mitchell. Lavelle Darius Moore. Kelly Ray Moore. Malik Moore. William Alliston Moreland. Devon Rayshawn Morris. Vanessa Justina Masagwa. Amanda Mercedes Murray. Ariana Jean Grace Murray. Brianna Katrina Myers. Deshiana Thrishanice Nash. Malik Nyang. Amelia August O'Donnell. Elijah LaShawn Parks. Brandon Edward Parks Hayes. Sanserie Dior Payne. Kirkland Powers Pierce. Grace Eliza Pepler. Sylvester Roy Person III. Sydney Darnetta Peterson. Michael Julius Pettit, Jr. Gabriel Bian Piwu. Darnice Alexis Phipps. Isaac Elijah Pittman. Michelle Susan Posh. Marquise Powers. Maurice Germain Powers, Jr. Jada Lanice Pruitt Johnson. Lee Nell Price III. Kiesia Price. Jaquan Asim Prim III. William Days Pritz. Demontrell Ladon Pugh. Gianfrancesco Quartrell. Eric Radovoyevich. Ashley Nikkei Mariah Ramsey. Aziza Dominique Ramsey.
Shantoria Reynolds. Evan Michael Rinaldi. Giangela Monet Rivers. Antoine Lamont Roberts Jr. Alicia Rosales. Kayla Shea Roselle. Adam Joseph Rosenbaum. Marcy Lily Rosenberg. Francisco Rossi. Michaela Destiny Rouse. Gerald Allen Russell Jr. Asuri Ryan Samarasekara. Antonio Antoine Sandifer Jr. Sean Anthony Sanders. Cherish Me Sanders. Andrew Allen Schellenberg. Matilda Johanna Schiefelbein. Emma Schubert. Darwin Nicholas Scott. Treasure Nicole Scott. Keith Jermaine Seaborn Jr. Neftali Sierra Serrano. Christian Alexander Simmons. Brianna Marie Simon. Latasia Nicole Sims. Michael Earl Sims Jr. Reginald Ladale Sims Jr. Taylor Nicole Sims. Camille Marie Smith. Hannah Rose Smith. Malijah Lasunda Smith. Landry Morgan Sneed. Marcus Fonte Snorton II. Elijah Tree Snow Rackley. Cameron Thomas Sormaz. Alyssa Lachey Spencer. Stefan J. Spencer. Jasmine Lynette Stallings. Joy Melinda Starks. Allegra Lee Steiger. DeMonte Tyran Stevens. Kalina Stewart. Vanessa Stewart. Aaliyah Ray Stringfield. Bryce Deshawn Gordon Swoop Williamson. Dario Nanami Silver. James Taylor III. Alfonso Terry. Kimberly Michelle Thomas. Terriana Cherie Thomas. Tyler Jeremy Thomas. Ciel Victoria Tompkins. Jakari Levon Tillman. Sierra Chandel Tim. Haley Joyce Turner. Hallie Gloria Turner. Christopher William Venable. Relicia Faith Vickers. Deshawn Dion Wagner. Bailey Simone Walker. Destiny Kiera Walker. Saquon Marez Walker. Christian Micah Wallace. Demila Lynn Walters. Darian Stephen Ward. Michael D'Angelo Ware. Kimberly April Warner. Mariah Annette Warren. Erin Elizabeth Louise Washington. Carlos Bernard Watson III. Artemus Watts V. Chaim Wolf Weinstock. Deja Shantae West. Deja Monet Whaley. Amiracle Leina Watley. Terry Peacock Wheeler. Datara Unique White. Amari Janea White. Jakayla Cheyenne Whitaker. Tyron Wiggins. Lyndon Lorraine Wyke. Asiana Wilburn. Taylor Ray Wilburn. Donzel Latre Wilkerson. Gianni Williams. Reginald Williams. Chanel Roxanne Williams. Tasia Williams. Tavion Devon Williams. Jamaica Williamson. Ryan Vashawn Wilson. Kayvon Woods. Leandrew Woody. Chanel Renee Worthen. Tehran Jarrell Wright. Tasia Denise Wynn. Kiana Yates Powell. Emma G. McGrath Zordan.
Class of 2016, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You are now alumni of Cleveland Heights High School.
Okay, my people may start to recede out. Parents, we're asking you to stay in your positions until all the graduates get out to the lobby. Parents, please stay in your position until all of the graduates get all the way out in the lobby.